Hi friends, welcome on YourPedia, the platform which is dedicated platform to prepare for any kind of exam related to environmental domains, especially for state pollution control boards. And this video is related to Andhra Pradesh State Pollution Control Board and 40 seats of assistant environment engineer which are advertised by Andhra Pradesh government, and soon recruitment can happen there. So before I go forward, don't forget to join the WhatsApp group which is dedicated for those who are writing this exam, and mentors are sharing content like this in that WhatsApp group, and you will get more idea about how to crack that exam. YourPedia provides the module, that is a paid module obviously, to all of you those who want to prepare for such exam and want to crack this exam. Of late we have covered it this year in 2026 for Rajasthan, for Odisha, for Uttar Pradesh, for Jammu and Kashmir, and now this one is for Andhra Pradesh. So in this you will get learning content, you will get in terms of books, in terms of these kind of documents, PDFs and videos. So the best way to go for revising this entire thing is like you will listen to this video or the mentors video, live classes will be there, and then you will understand it and take these documents or the documents which mentors will write on the digital board. You will take that and you will start preparing accordingly. So I don't think it is more than 1 month effort, but yes, well in time if you start, you will give an edge to your competitors. So this particular video is related to ecosystem, the syllabus of Andhra Pradesh State Pollution Control Board 2023 we are referring. 26 has not come, but more or less it is gonna be same. So this is the job calendar in which 40 number of seats of assistant environment engineer were advertised by Andhra Pradesh government, and this was the exam pattern, paper pattern, when last time this exam was conducted. So 150 general studies mental ability questions and common subjects were 300 questions. So this paper was 450 marks paper. So paper 2 was this entire syllabus was released in 24 for the exam of 23. So ecosystem was first chapter, and today we will be discussing definition, what is the importance of ecosystem, what is actually ecosystem, what is the classification of ecosystem. So this particular part we will be studying today, right? So this is the thing which we are going to study. Up to this we are going to study in today's lecture, and these are 10 topics, and each topic will be very nicely covered by the mentors for all of you, and you can prepare from this particular syllabus which is provided to you, right? So let's start preparation, friends. So what is ecosystem? Ecosystem, understand, is ecological system around us. This is eco means environment in which we live, that is called ecosystem for us. Now it is made up of two things. It is made up of living things and non-living things. Just imagine where you are living. You cannot survive without oxygen, water, soil, air, solar radiation. You cannot survive without that. Now imagine planet Earth with all these things: soil, water, oxygen, everything except living things. What are living things? Plant, animal, human being, microorganism. Suppose these are not there, then planet Earth will have no meaning. So what is the difference between moon and earth? Moon has abiotic things only. Moon has abiotic things only, whereas earth has biotic and abiotic. So abiotic means, think of moon, it has maybe soil, it has maybe some kind of gaseous environment, gases are there, maybe it has solar radiation also. So these things are there on the moon also, they are biotic. But is there any plant, microorganism or human being or animal on moon? No. Those things are called biotic. So biotic consists of plants are there, and then microorganisms are there. They are microorganisms, plants, then animals, then human being. So everything which has a life is called biotic. Bio means life. Bio means life. So ecosystem means our environment, and that system has a life. That system has those things which have life in that. We are surrounded by plants, animals, everything, and we are surrounded by these things also. There is a water, there is a lake, there is a river, there is a soil. So atmosphere, we talk about atmosphere, we talk about this water system and everything. So that is called abiotic. So biotic cannot survive without abiotic, and abiotic without this has no meaning. I mean, that will become moon or other planet. So ecosystem is made up of these two things. And further, these biotic things are divided into producer, consumer, decomposer. Decomposer is something which eats plant and decompose it in the form of nitrogen, microorganism, right? Plants are producing food for us, and we are consuming those foods. So animal and human being and everything are consumer. Plants are producing. So photosynthesis process, solar energy, water, and what you get from the soil, then plant will produce some kind of fruit or some vegetable for you. You will eat it. Animal will eat the plant. So animal, human being are consumer, primary, secondary, tertiary. So that energy pyramid we will study. So ecosystem is somewhere where we live, our environment. It is made up of living, non-living, biotic, non-biotic. Further classification in abiotic is further can be classified into different categories. Now this is the definition of ecosystem. So right now let's start discussing more about this. Ecosystem is the functional unit or unit of nature. In the nature, functional unit. Functional unit means functioning is happening. Something is happening there. Moon mein nothing is happening. On planet something is happening. So if you see on planet Earth something is happening, animal is running or something like that, moon mein nothing is happening. Functional unit where living organisms are basically interacting with others in their physical environment. So physical environment is air, water, soil, etc., and it is a balance system. So this is how you define living and non-living. So yeah, classification I gave you, friends. This is the classification. Biotic are of this type, and consumers, biotic, abiotic I have already told you, hydrology is there, atmosphere is there, those kind of things are there. So biotic is made up of this, producer, consumer. Producers are plant, consumers are primary, which only eat plant or vegetarian, herbivores. Secondary, carnivores like lion and everything, they only eat, you know, their non-vegetarian food. So tertiary, secondary carnivores, they will eat the secondary carnivores, something like that. So these are further classification. We will discuss this classification in the next lectures. So abiotic are those which are non-living element, air, water, soil, sunlight, temperature, and this is the physical environment. So when we say abiotic means no life, and it is called physical environment around us, which is important for us. Biotic is further producer. So producer are mainly plants and algae. They produce food using the photosynthesis process. So who are producer? Producers are plants. What they do? They produce food for consumers, and they use photosynthesis process in which they consume the light and they produces. Consumer are primary consumer. They eat plants, herbivores like rabbit. Think of rabbit, think of elephant. They are herbivores, primary consumer. Secondary consumer will eat the herbivores. Think of fox. So rabbit is primary consumer, fox will eat rabbit, that is a secondary consumer. And tertiary consumers are, they will eat the secondary, like think of eagle. Eagle will eat even the fox. So big eagle will eat the smaller fox or cat. So plants are primary consumer. Something which depends upon the plants is the secondary consumer, and something which depends upon the secondary consumer is called tertiary consumer. So there is a chain. Decomposer are bacteria, fungi. They break down the dead matter. Like if animal dies or if plant dies, they will eat those and mix that particular thing in the soil. So that nutrient will again go back into ecosystem. So this nutrient which decomposer will make, like they made the thing, so producer will use that in the soil. So what plant will do? Plant will take the solar energy, plant will take the water, plant will take that particular nutrient which decomposer will make, let's say nitrogen, and fix it and make the food for us. That is how it, so there is a chain, producer, consumer, decomposer. Energy flows from producer, consumer, decomposer, and there is a balance which is maintained, ecosystem, right? This is how it goes. So what are the abiotic factor? Physical factors, these are sunlight, humidity, wind. Chemical factor, like there is a gases, there is a soil nutrients, like nitrogen. Nitrogen also is not living thing, right? Nitrogen, phosphorus, they are chemical components. So abiotic is made up of physical factor and chemical factor. Physical factor means temperature and then your sunlight, humidity, and chemical factor means chemical components. Biotic factor, as I told you, producers are called autotrophs, consumers are called heterotrophs, decomposers are called detrivores. So remember these names and you can take these examples also. Then comes some pyramids, right? So then comes some pyramids. So if you see, this ecosystem is made up of biotic, abiotic components and pyramids. Pyramid of number, pyramid of biomass, pyramid of energy. So we will have a dedicated lecture on pyramids. Number of organism at each trophic level is called number pyramid. Biomass present at each trophic level is called pyramid of biomass and pyramid of energy. So there are three kind of pyramids. So this is how pyramid shape is this. This is the shape of pyramid. So there is a solar light. Solar light will come. Let's say this is a producer at the bottom. Then primary consumer, secondary consumer, tertiary consumer. The number will keep on decreasing, biomass will keep on decreasing, and 10% energy keeps on decreasing. That is how it goes. It is called pyramid of number. Maximum number is here. Plants are more in number, followed by animal, followed by second tertiary consumer. Biomass also is more here. Energy, maximum energy comes here. 100% energy goes here. 10% only is transferred further. So something like that, 10% energy is transferred further, something like that will go on the next level. So from one level to another level, only 10% energy is transferred. So I will discuss that in detail. As of now, you understand there are three kind of pyramids. So the same thing which we discussed, friends, this is the example. Autotrophs, producer. Heterotrophs, consumers. Herbivores are, rabbit. Decomposers, they will decompose it. Types of ecosystem, we can classify ecosystem as forest ecosystem. I mean, name. If you go to forest, you will find all these things there also. Biotic, abiotic, energy pyramid, all things you will find in forest also. All these things you will find in ocean also. All these things you will find in, in your deserts also. So there are further classification forest ecosystem, where natural unit has animal, plant, microorganisms of the forest. Grassland, these are the names of the grasslands. Prairies, savannas, steppes, these are the grasslands. Different kind of animal, different kind of plants you will find there. So biodiversity keep on increasing. If you see forest mein, there are different animals. Grasslands mein different animals. Ocean mein different animals. You know that. So tundra mein you will find like very, very cold weather. Tundra like Russia and all. Marine you will find aquatic. Largest aquatic ecosystem is marine ecosystem. Then fresh water. So water related are two. Marine, where fresh water is not there, saline water is there, and fresh water is different. Desert is different. So these are different ecosystem: desert, forest, grassland, tundra, and marine. Right? This is how. So two related to water, and these are the ecosystem. Now, what is ecological pyramid? This is the graphical representation which shows the relationship at each trophic level. Each trophic level means different species level. There are different species at each trophic level, like plant is one species and then animal, something like that. That particular graphical presentation is there. It helps us to understand how organism, biomass and energy flows from one level to another level. Right? So pyramid of number means represent the number of individual organisms which are present at each trophic level in ecosystem. So population size at each level is different. So it can be upright. Most common is upright. This is called upright. This is upright. Upright says that maximum number, maximum energy, maximum mass is here, and minimum number, minimum energy, minimum mass is here. So most of the pyramids are upright. This one is called this one is inverted. This one is inverted, like birds on one particular tree. So suppose there is a tree on which many birds live. So birds will go on the top, tree will come on the bottom. So something like that. So these are very few are there. and then spindle shape. Spindle shape means something like this. So number in the middle, something like this. Maximum is in the center. Few producer support more consumer. Now tree is a producer and bird is consumer. So if trees are less but it is supporting more birds, that is inverted. Birds are nesting on the tree. Like this is upright. So grassland ecosystem is upright. Grass is many, deer is few, lion is very few. Tree ecosystem inverted. Now pyramid of biomass. Biomass is basically the dry weight of living organism at each trophic level. So mass of the actually species. Biomass can be measured as kilogram per meter square, or represents basically at each level per unit area what is the mass, like, right? So upright in terrestrial and inverted in aquatic. Aquatic is water, terrestrial is land. So land ecosystem में pyramid of biomass is like this, and aquatic like river में it is like this. Let me ask you one thing. On terrestrial, that land, plants are more or animals are more? On terrestrial or land, plants are more or animal are more? You will say plants are more. So per unit area, mass of plant will be more. So you will say on terrestrial, terrestrial means related to land. Aquatic means related to water. Okay, plants are more, animal are less, and their mass will also be more. If plant are more, their per unit area mass will also be more trees and all these things, right? On the other hand, here plant and here fish. Sorry, this is plant and this is fish. Tell me now one thing. In the ocean, biomass of plant will be more or fish will be more? You know that in the ocean, plant or algae on which fish depend. So fish is consumer, plant is producer, but plant number is less and fish is more. That is inverted. You understand that? If you see ocean, that is aquatic, and if you see terrestrial, that is land, you will find plant are more on terrestrial, and dependent upon plant, consumer are less in number. But here producer, that is plant, algae, etc., on which fish depend, but fish does not only depend upon that, fish depends upon other fish also. Fish eats fish, something like that. Pond ecosystem is inverted. प्लैंकटन को कौन खाता है? ये zoo plankton खा जाता है. So this this is opposite. Tree is high biomass, then herbivores. Pyramid of energy is, we will discuss this entirely as a separate lecture also. Energy flows from bottom to top. Sun से planet को energy आएगा, plant को आएगा. Sun से energy will go to plant, plant will go to producer, producer to consumer. So only 10% of energy is transferred to the next level. So energy reduces sharply at each level, that is this. Type of pyramid, number, biomass, energy. ये tabular content will help you to understand how these all these things are. Pyramid of number, pyramid of mass, pyramid of energy. See this is a pyramid of energy. So solar 100% energy comes to plant. Photosynthesis will take place, primary producer, then grasshopper is primary consumer. Only 10% energy from plant will go to this grasshopper. Secondary consumer is frog. So only 10% of this 10%, that is 1%, will go to frog. Only 10% of 1%, that is 0.1% tertiary consumer, that is snake. So plant को ये खाता है, इसको frog खाता है, frog को snake खाता है. तो ऐसे है ये, और energy level भी ऐसे ही है. फिर इन सब को decompose, बैक्टीरिया decompose कर देता है. पिरामिड ऑफ नंबर. एक प्रोड्यूसर है ट्री, उसके ऊपर एक कंज्यूमर है. ये बहुत से बैठे होते हैं एक ट्री के ऊपर, और ये उसके ऊपर बैठे होते हैं ऐसे. function of ecosystem, flow of energy and how the material flows from one trophic level to another, ये ecosystem आपका बताता है. तो function में यही होता है that ecosystem basically will tell you about the flow of energy, flow of trophic level पे biomass and all these things. Energy flow in ecosystem, energy flow from solar radiation to this, from producer to consumer to decomposer, this is how it goes. This we have already discussed. So what is trophic level or structure? It is hierarchical relationship, basically feeding relationship or energy flow relationship. So एक level से एक species से दूसरे species, from one species to another species. You know, in ecosystem there are different species. We are dependent upon plants. Plants are further dependent upon photosynthesis. On animals, we are dependent upon animals. Animals depend on plants. So that relationship is trophic level. Trophic level is producer at first level. Remember who are producer. So they are largely taking the energy from solar energy, from photosynthesis and convert it into chemical energy. This is the base of energy pyramid. Producer. Primary consumer is second trophic level. This is the first trophic level, this is second trophic level, grasshopper. Secondary consumer is third trophic level, frog. Tertiary consumer is fourth and quaternary consumer is fifth trophic level, hawk. So hawk will eat snakes, snake will eat frog, frog will eat grasshopper, grasshopper will eat the plant, plant will take maximum energy, 100% energy from photosynthesis, from solar energy, then 10% energy will go here, then only 1% will go here, 0.1% will go here, 0.001%, 0.01% will go here, something like that. Energy level, only 10% level energy is transferred. This is the trophic level. See this. Plant will be eaten by herbivores, carnivores will eat this, secondary carnivores will eat this, vulture will eat this. So they are at the top pyramid of energy. At each level 10% energy goes forward. Energy always flows from producer to higher level unidirectionally, very, very important. It follows the thermodynamics law. And biomass, there is a partition. This diagram also is showing the same thing. 100%, 10%, 1%, 0.1%, 0.01%. Energy is lost as a heat. So this helps us to understand entire process, and then followed by question, friends, as I told you. So every lecture, when you will see every lecture, you will understand, you will make a gist of this, then take this document, start preparing from this document. The moment you start preparing from this document, you will really understand and start taking the test. This is how YourPedia way of revising some particular subject. It is not difficult. You start preparing with team YourPedia, take the content, take the books, take the test series, and I am very sure you will crack this particular exam which is coming in your state. So last May, whatever you have done, so these questions which you will be doing, these questions are framed in such a way that these are exactly on the lines of what kind of exam you are going to face. So this entire paper will be on the similar line. So start preparing it, and I am very sure you will crack this exam along with team YourPedia. Thank you.